No, absolutely not. Homeschooling is not easy, but you can totally do this. Hey y'all, I'm Laura. Welcome back to Live, Laugh, Grow. Today we are going to talk about homeschool mom motivation. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure I need motivation on those days that I'm just not feeling it or my kids just aren't feeling it. So I'd like to share with you what I do to find some motivation and what might help you to get motivated on those days when they don't want to do it and neither do I. Over a very long time, I've been able to figure out what makes me grumpy, what makes me antsy, what makes me anxious, and what, has me dragging. So I know being a mom is tough, and finding a balance between, teaching our kids and spending all day with them and finding some me time is so hard. But I promise you can do it. Number one, regular breaks. I cannot emphasize this enough. I don't know how you guys homeschool, if you go a school year, if you do a regular calendar year, what you're doing, but we're year-round homeschoolers, and what we do is we do 6 weeks on and 1 week off. And we take a few weeks for Christmas. We usually take 4 weeks during the summer. And not only for me, but for the kids, knowing that I have this upcoming break keeps me motivated. About week 5, we are all kind of getting a little antsy and getting a little run down, and the house is really starting to get out of control. And I think, okay, 1 more week. We got this. 1 more week. And during that 7th week, it's kind of like, I get some me time. I get some time to catch up on all the things around the house that are driving me nuts. How about you? Are you finding that you're able to take breaks, or are you is school just dragging on? Are you like the school teacher who gets up every morning and you're thinking, is it Christmas break yet? Maybe consider tweaking your schedule a little bit, where you maybe get Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. You do school 3 days on, 2 days off. Do a year round, 6 weeks on, 1 week off. I've seen schedules where people go 4 weeks on, 1 week off, 5 weeks on, 1 week off. I found 6 weeks to be pretty good for us, just because it lets us get through a subject, and then we take a break and we kind of move on to something else, most especially in history or science or things like that. So if you're not doing it, I encourage you to take regular breaks, not only for your sanity, but for your kids. They have something to look forward to as well. Number 2, be flexible with your curriculum. Don't beat yourself up when a curriculum is not working. Don't beat yourself up when your child is going, and they're moaning on and on about having to do this worksheet again. Don't hound them, to say, you have to get this done. You have to get this done. This is what I had on my schedule for today. Be flexible with your curriculum. You don't have to go by the book. If the book is not working for you, make it work for you guys. I've found, that last year, if you heard me talk about in our 3rd grade overview how boring first language lessons was, I tried toward the end of the year, when I realized that was a curriculum that we weren't going to continue with, I tried tweaking that a little bit. If I knew my daughter was getting it, I didn't make her repeat something 5 times, or I didn't make her do lessons that were reviewing and reviewing and reviewing. If you feel like you're confident your kid is getting it, or you're confident your kid is not going to get it by the way you're approaching it, tweak it a little bit to where it works for you guys. Don't be afraid to think outside of the box, or technically outside of the book. Be a little flexible. I've found that to help my motivation. If I know that my kids are going to get excited about it, if I change it a little bit, that gives me a little bit of motivation to push through that curriculum and kind of get through what we're trying to learn by changing it for them. So don't be afraid to be a little flexible with your curriculum. So, did you wake up this morning just feeling like, do I really have to do school? Or did you wake up this morning and you were good to go and your kids were like, I don't want to get out of bed? One or the other, and then something happened and you just didn't feel like it. Like, you just said, I don't know if I can do this today. Go outside. I am outside today because this is my happy place. I don't know what your happy place is. Maybe yours is going to the coffee shop and getting a cup of coffee. Load up the kids. Take that homeschool budget and splurge a little and find your happy place for the day. If you're not finding that motivation, I encourage you to take solace in your happy place, whether it be just you, if you're able to say, hey, you know what? We're going to read for the day and mom's going to go find her happy place. We're going to put on some audiobooks or something. Know what your happy place is. What is that for you? For me, I find solace in coming outside, and so I can grab the kids and say, hey, let's go for a bike ride. And then it kind of transforms the way that I feel in my perspective, and then I'm more excited to sit down and go, okay, let's get through this schoolwork now that I've kind of stepped out. We started our day a little different, and I'm able to get a little more motivated. So what's your happy place? What can you find solace in to maybe change that, oh, I don't want to do this, or, oh my gosh, my kids are driving me nuts today. I don't know that I can do this. Find that, know your happy place, and maybe step out, do a little something different that day, and kind of have a restart, you know? That's what homeschooling's about. Okay, do you have coffee dates? Do you have regular mom dates? I know in the beginning I was really bad about, you know, thinking of the kids, like, hey kids, let's go out, let's do this, let's go out, let's do that. And it wasn't until I had a friend, or she's a friend now, a mom come up to me and say, hey, you know, I say we have sons the same age, let's get together. And now we try to have regular mom dates with that mom and with some other moms, and I cannot tell you the motivation that I've gotten from that. What about you? Have you been struggling along and maybe you're focused on what the kids need because you hear, you know, my kids need to be socialized. Are they getting socialized enough? Well, what about you? Are you getting enough adult interaction? Yeah, maybe you're interacting with your partner at the end of the day when you're both exhausted, but I mean, are you finding solace in a friend or able to go, this is what happened in our homeschool today. Can you believe this happened? And the mom's like, oh my gosh, that happened to me yesterday. Like, can you believe this is our life? I mean, it can totally be an uplifting experience just to find that camaraderie with other moms. And I'm telling you, it has gotten me through some really tough times. So if you don't have that, I say go find you a mom, whether she's a homeschool mom or not, somebody that can be encouraging. It might even be your mom, your aunt, your sister, somebody that you can call and go, oh my gosh, my kid just threw egg on the wall and they said it was a science experiment. I mean, I don't know what's going on in your life. You might have all kinds of crazy, and we all have our own kinds of crazy, but find somebody to share that crazy with and laugh over it rather than cry, and it will help you get through your day, because I can tell you it has helped me get through many a days, having those coffee dates, those play dates that were for the kids, but, you know, moms, we had to say, hey, go away, kiddos, we're having some mom time too. So I encourage you, you know, when you're having bad days, when you wake up in the morning and you just don't know that you can go, find your solace. Find a mom you can find some time with. Don't beat yourself up for needing to take a break. Don't beat yourself up for the days that your kids are not cooperating. It happens to all of us. I know it happens to me on a regular basis, and that's how I know, you know, where I need to find solace and what we need to do to regroup and restart our day. Don't beat yourself up. It's not just you. We are all a work in progress, and we're all trying and doing our best. So allow yourself those breaks. Allow yourself to find some solace somewhere. Allow yourself to say, okay, kids, we're going to do something different today. Something that's inspiring for you and for them. It's okay. I know there are days you're going to feel run down. And that's okay to take a break. If those days turn into weeks, maybe it's something that you need to recognize. You know yourself best. You know what you need. If those days, you know, turn into, I can't do anything at all, and then next week you're feeling, you know, I can't do anything at all. I know what it's like to struggle with depression, so that may be a point where you need to go speak to somebody else. And I'm not trying to turn this video into something else. I just want to say, you know what, there's a difference between a bad day and not feeling motivated, or a bad day or two and feeling anxious and overwhelmed and not motivated for a longer period of time. So at that point, it may be time to talk to another mom or talk to your doctor or talk to somebody with experience with those sort of things. So I encourage you, being a homeschool mom is hard. Being a mom is hard. So know that it's okay to seek motivation somewhere, find solace in a cup of coffee, in your happy place, in another mom, taking your kids to the coffee shop or to the park or for a bike ride. It's okay. I'd love to hear in the comments below what you struggle with, what your happy place is, how you find motivation, or if you're still looking for ways to find motivation. Share that in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you liked what you saw and you'd like more. I'm so glad that you stopped by, and we'll see you next time. Y'all take care.